general education. The only reason why, but I didn't have time really to make it so I had to zero for it's just, got it. Just never been like I said, I've only heard of it, but always on friends. Yep. Get like the early doesn't be bothered. Okay. So you're it. So the zombie tag advising your guys' news and then
Oh, of course not. No.
That was not the good look.
you mean gravity box? I don't have I got this awesome tree goes from that.
This is mine.
All the guys are just like, hey, it's still a smartphone.
I'm not even doing anything.
Smart or smarter? Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I was gonna say, look at how easy it is.
We should only got time to show my face.
Oh. Or it should be in the Darwin pond.
No.
All the way. It's just holding this.
Trying to do it like, make it like that.
Roll it.
Yeah, I know.
You're so funny.
An artist Trojan Andrew.
Embarrassed to be seen.
Yeah, like
Alright, cool. Nick.
one patient I added the 25 success. I knew I had a presentation. Well, yesterday for our informal presentation. Okay.
That's got me.
Not as it is. I didn't either.
Small portion of our team is idiots.
Everything else was. I remember
Well, yeah.
but I don't think it's actually anywhere in my notes.
Oh my God.
He's not putting enough effort.
It
shows
He's gonna stay for a
Oh yeah, I did have to check
No beard. No beard.
For the BBQ? Yeah. I can't remember. Do you want
I haven't actually seen it. That's so big.
Okay, welcome back. It's good to have you again. This is an exciting day. We have 4 presentations for you from the capstone course, CS 471. Let's do minus 470. As you probably know, Matt Shetler, one of our alums, he and I co-taught this course. It's really he who taught the course. No, let me back up. I get the credits. And he was the guy who got the email messages. I think that it truly was so exciting to see that one of our students comes back here and does such a fantastic job teaching the course with us. We really are grateful that he was able to take time to come here and do this. We appreciate it. Okay, so we start with the presentations. These are the final projects in 470, and they are really partial. They fulfill the partial requirement for the course. And the first team who is going to present is Min Grenhagen and also Grayson Henry. And their project is Zombie Tap. Please.
So you can turn this.
Hey, Chris.
So one meal. This is just like I'll put up the.
So I'm Grayson. We started off wanting to play a simple tag type app where you literally get the phone, you see someone on a map that's near you if you're within a certain range, and you can tag them. Simple as that. That's what we wanted to do. They said it was too simple, and we kind of expanded on it and made it like a zombie tag type game. If you read over this real quick, I mean, we made it so there's 3 different states. There's a human who can heal infected people. There's infected, and then there are zombies. Zombies infect humans who become infected. And if you're human, you can heal the infected people. And so, I mean, scroll down. This is, the startup. This is if you're a zombie, comes up with a name and then the name that you give it, and you have a radius. You can tag people within the radius. If you're a new player, this is what pops up, and then this is what it looks like if you zoom out further.
Alright, I guess let's just start by, we're new players, so we can go to the help screen and it shows different icons. So this is the icon for human, infected, zombie. If you're a human, you may heal infected players, and if you're a zombie, you may infect normal players. This is just a tool we built to test. Alright, so you start out as a new player. It's going to ask you, it wants to use view location, which is for the GPS, and you have to say yes. Alright, and when you save it, it creates a new player in the database, and it shows where you are, right here.
We need to test cases. Come on.
Matt just added a thing real quick. Sorry guys. Alright, so I'm going to affect everyone real quick and heal myself.
There's a refresher every 20 seconds. It refreshes the screen.
Okay. And there's a radar which shows the distance you can heal someone. And if you try to heal outside the range, it pops up. You're too far away, you must stay closer. And if I try to heal Dr. Watts here, she gets healed and there's a cooldown that pops up. And you can't heal someone until that ends. And same thing with zombie.
Just needs to refresh.
Huh?
Just needs to refresh.
No. Gosh, I'm not sure why it's not refreshing. But same thing. You can infect someone, and there they are.
Zombies have a larger radius than healers. Yeah, about it. Any questions?
How long do you last as an infected before you're a zombie?
We're still making it definite, but I think we're doing like 30 seconds or a minute.
That's fine again.
How was your experience using the location services with the SDK?
Location wasn't that hard. We just grabbed a function offline to determine how far away someone is. But working with a map, that was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have 3 different icons that we wanted on there, and we had to do test cases for each one of them. And then whenever you click on one of them, it has to show you the icon to the left, and then a button on the right, whether it's heal or infect. So that wasn't very fun at all.
So it's pretty much a global game, and the game ends when everyone turns into a zombie. And we're going to implement, like, if you infect someone, you get a point. If you heal someone, you get a point at the end, which was a scoreboard. And the last couple get extra points for surviving. And if we were to put this on an app, we'd probably have it free at first, and then have paid in-game benefits, like being able to kill a zombie or something. That's it.
Next presentation is by a larger team of 5. Eric Brewer, Ryan Scholl, Daniel DuPaolo, Garrett Mulroney, and Savannah Valdez.
Yep. When you guys take 470, how the final project works is you have to submit an idea, and then you have to make the app for either the iPhone or iPad. And we basically skipped the idea part because Holly Kushesh gave us our idea because he said, you know what, it's really hard. I'm an advisor for 2 departments now, and he said it's really hard when I use pen and paper to try to make a student's advising schedule for 4 years. So he said, why don't you guys do it for me? Make a program that does it for me, basically, or makes it easier for him. So it's called Advising Assistant, and it's for use by an advisor to you basically take a student and try to add courses to his schedule with a little interface here. And I think we're going to run through it.
Yeah, so the first case we're going to see is a student that has been in for advising already, and you want to view their schedule or edit it, so you're going to put their major and their ID number in the last screen that we saw. And then this screen will pop up, and it'll scroll on the left, so it'll show all the semesters that they've been here. And then on the table on the right, it'll have all the courses that they have available to them. And so if we want to go through the motion of adding a course, say we want to add CS 315, so it's in CS4. And this view that Daniel has worked on is going to have kind of the course information. So it's going to have the prereqs, the co-reqs, the units, things like that. So you can add it. We're going to try to add it to fall 2009. And then we get an error. So if we click on the error, at the top it'll tell us that there are prerequisites and they have not been met because the prereqs we're taking currently in spring 2010. So we're going to try to move it, and you'll notice it goes away on this screen. Move to semester, and then it'll go away. So that's something that we kind of added to it, is checking for proper prereqs and things like that. And so once you have a completed schedule, you can then export it. And so it'll put it in text format to an email, and you can send it to the student, and the advisor can send it to himself, something like that. Yeah, and then it'll send it. And so as you add or remove courses, it'll automatically save it to the database. So the next time you log in with the student, it'll all be there for you to view and edit.
Okay.
Yep.
And also, there's a lot of similar overlap. When a new student comes in, there's a pretty similar 4-year plan that they have. So to remove some of the tediousness, we have templates. And so if we create a new template,
Call it anything you want, really.
and then this is like a common pattern that new students typically will have when they come in. And then we can add classes to this template.
Yeah, like just for CS, you take like 115, and then 215, and then 315, and then like 242 in there somewhere. So you don't have to go through the tedious work of doing that every single time. And we'll show you, I believe, how to import a template into a student, right?
Yeah, so when a new student is created, which is done automatically when if the system doesn't recognize a student ID as being in the database, then it'll give you this window to make a new student. And it's very easy to add a template to the student schedule, so it doesn't start out blank. It starts out with courses already laid out in semesters. Just use this picker view at the bottom, and you can select the template that you want, and
Yeah.
So it's the template we just made.
the semesters get.
And it can be
pre-filled.
edited, yeah. So it's not going to
Can
be...
be-
Yeah. All the data, like the scheduled data, is stored on a robust database on the back end, which I worked on. Yeah, it's a pretty good database. Yeah, no, I don't think we store anything on the hardware, do we?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. A little, like some of the features, the courses are going to be grayed out in the table when they're currently in the schedule. However, that doesn't keep you from adding them a second time into the schedule. So say courses like this course, Colloquium, which a student can take multiple times through their time at Sonoma State. Just because it's here, it can be added to another one as well. So even though it's grayed out. So the gray out is just kind of to demonstrate that's already in the semesters.
Yep.
And the little triangle, the yellow.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. The co-requisite and prerequisite.
Talking to the pizza person.
How do you get the classes in? Like, I noticed you have computer science courses, you've got all that in there. Do you like manually put those in, or can you maybe scan them in from, I don't know, like if you could get a specific type of document from the staff here at SSU, you could just scan that into the database, and then you'd have everything for all the different
Yeah, that was all
courses?
Eric.
Yeah.
You have to look
All this
for like PDFs. you have here.
all
I
this
mean,
data has been hand entered.
Okay.
It would have been awesome to have like a file that we could have just imported, but we didn't have access to
imported
that.
like the database they use here already, or some of that data.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, we don't have a lot of GE courses in the database right now, but we have like the CS and the ES full, I think.
Yeah.
And depending on your starting semester, the GE format will change because if you start after 2011, it's a
Yeah.
different GE pattern. There's no A1.
There's a lot of messy grad requirements depending on if you transferred or it just gets messy after that. As Kushesh will tell you probably.
So do you use MySQL for the database?
Yeah,
Okay.
MySQL and then pull it with PHP
Great.
onto here, JSON, if you know. That's
Excellent.
yeah, it was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's gonna be hard to do the sliders with the trackpad, but it's gonna be hard to do the sliders.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'll stand.
Okay, our next team, acronym TNF. Alex Duff, Chris Wineland, and Brooks Rowley. And the project is Newsfeed. Say location-based.
Yeah, so we are Team Newsfeed. We created a parser that goes through Google News and other sites like that to grab information and stories off that will then populate the table. And you can then edit what kind of stories you want through a settings view. So originally it's just all the stories, and then here you can pick what percentage of what kind of story you want to read more about. You can personalize. It's like what Google does for you automatically, but you have no control over that, so I like this a little better. You can also edit what categories these are with the slider. Yeah, so health, and you can edit and delete the sliders off of here.
We'll go ahead and add a couple slides so it looks a little more interesting on the other feed. Give them all a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta show off our art for all the different types of stories.
In addition to that settings, we also have location settings, and they do accumulate. So the settings you put in the settings view and the settings you use here in the world view, you're finding settings for location plus the certain types you set on the right.
Yeah, so we just use like a pre-populated set of locations to get information on just like the top 150 populous cities in the world. And basically it just runs a search with the city name and some of our settings to pull up news based on the categories in that location. So if you click on one, so you
These
get
are all science, business, world, and entertainment based on these settings in Canada.
Yeah. So it's kind of just a quick and easy way to get live news without having to go through the issues of like searching. It's all kind of done for you with an easy interface. It's kind of what we were going for.
Then once you actually want to read a news story, this view will give you a small detail of it, and then you can navigate through to the web to read more about it and navigate as you wish. All on the internet. And they're also searchable by keyword too, by location and type.
All those using Canada. Yeah. Canada's serious business. So that makes sense.
So, could you tell us about where the information gets stored, if any?
So,
how is it pooled?
Right. So, theoretically, we wanted to use like a back-end database and like a PHP server to kind of parse the information from Google and just sort of feed it to our application. We didn't really get to that, so we just implemented sort of like a back-end data controller that sends out a request to Google and gets sort of an RSS feed back. And so what our app does is parses that RSS feed, generates the different categories based on the settings, and kind of just puts it all together in sort of that table view that you see right here. So the categories come from the settings page, which obviously you see here is the business. Locations come from where you've selected on the world view. And then, so all of that's kind of put together into a search string, sent to Google. Google sends back basically an XML document that's parsed and used to populate that table. Does that answer the question? All right.
Any questions?
So did you actually have to figure out what goes in what category, or did you just let the feeds take care of that?
Yeah, we basically just used a predefined set of categories and just used that as sort of like our search string. So it was just easy.
All the RSS feeds have a type or a category or listed as one of the types.
And I was just curious, when you have a higher or lower percentage, does it choose like, if it's on a lower percentage, does it choose the like most important?
Basically, yeah. So when you run them, you can get like a certain number of queries back. So when Google returns queries, it usually returns like the first, like when you search anything on Google, right, you get like the most popular article that comes up or most popular source for that subject. Same kind of thing with in this case, right? So you would get whatever the most searched article is at that time.
Thank you. And finally, the last presentation is by Charles Semple, and that's Charlie Brown's biggest group.
Alrighty, so this is really small. Originally, I kind of wanted to make something that's a little similar in vein to the Starbucks app for maybe like a small local chain or something. Whoa, that zoomed just no. Oh, thank you. It scared me for a second. Instead, it's kind of a big deal. It's a lot of stuff to deal with. So instead, I kind of sized it down and kind of made something that was a little more relevant to kind of, I'll do a final project in Sonoma State, have it relevant to Sonoma State. So instead, I implemented a sort of a menu application for Charlie Brown's. Of course, the database that goes into this can be from any dining services established on campus. Sorry, Mac, if you get any orders from me anytime soon. Probably not. Ideally, I kind of wanted the ability to mess with your items. I'm really big on being really picky with your food. I'm not a picky eater, but some people are. So I wanted the ability to store customized items. I wanted the ability to pull things out of your food. I want them to take my panini, take the lettuce out, take the bread off. I don't care. How much is a panini? That's a terrible idea. Salad dressing, whatever. So and I also wanted to kind of make it seem like a little more relevant. I kind of also wanted to add the ability to, if the establishment so chooses, to kind of store these items into a cart and then send them to a web server to be displayed at the place, like a screen. Oh, hey, an order came up. We got to make this. They're coming in. You can take care of it there. So, and I just dragged my folder out there. Hi. Just a mess. So. Right now, it's a little shake a little bit on the screen. So when you land on the app, it kind of takes you to this main menu screen. It's a really beautiful background that some really cool guy made with a stock photo of the library. From here, you can kind of pick just read the menu. From there, you can kind of you can read the menu. You can access your shopping cart right now. I think your cart's going to be empty. Oh, there's stuff in here. Okay, cool. So there's stuff in my cart. Didn't expect that. But right now, the cart and custom items are stored in XML documents stored on the phone. So there's persistence. So if you're shopping and you're going, oh, I'm gonna make myself a meal, and so you get a phone call, or you decide to go play Angry Birds instead of using my app, which is probably a better idea. You can still come back to it and still have your stuff waiting for you. So you can get rid of items here, add some items, whatever. You come back, you leave, you come back, it's still there. Probably the most important feature of this is going to be the menu here, which kind of is placed into categories. There's this is just straight off of Charlie Brown's menu, put into some data structures here, and it can be pulled off of the database. So let's say I wanted to get like a coffee, right, with my strawberry banana smoothie, and I don't want to mix them in the same cup. That's a terrible idea. So let's say I just want boring coffee. You can have an image on here if you so choose, but I didn't want to take the time to take a picture of every menu item that comes in or out of Charlie Brown's. It'd be a little tedious. It lists pricing information. If the place so chooses, you can have a little. I didn't have a lorem ipsum here, but you can have an item description, and then you can choose to place this item in the cart. And for regular coffee right now, I didn't really have anything about cream or anything, but you can choose a size. You can customize items if you really want to put them in the cart, and it dumps them in there. So alternatively, if there's an item that say has something in here, like Jamaican Jammer just sounds really cool right now. Like right now, if you want a smoothie, you can put in a boost, right? So you can get like a 21 ounce or 32 ounce smoothie. I want 32 ounce because I'm huge. And then I want to put like a boost in there, like energy boost. Cool. I can stay up all night and code more, I guess. So I can put that in the cart, and the cart will display relevant information to adjustments made to menu items. On top of that, there's also the ability to kind of have items that you can have stashed up. Like, let's say every time I go, I get a latte. I get a decaf latte, and I get soy milk because I'm lactose intolerant for some reason. I want it iced, and I want all of the espresso shots in my latte. I don't normally do this. I did it before I came here today. And I wanted it like in a large so I can get the maximum amount of buzz off of my coffee. I can save that. And so then you can take the item and then stash that in the cart as well, and it'll be saved throughout the whole user experience here. So you can go back to your latte. I don't want my custom latte. I'm too caffeinated. I'm all over the place. No, not anymore. But for now, I'm going to buy it. But right now, I'm just going to push order. But you need to know who needs, whose food it is, so you can put in a name. And then, from there, you can click done, and you click order. And then what it does is it'll take the current cart, smash that all into an XML document, and chuck it to a web server. And that's localhost, which is on my bed right now, folded up and closed. So I can't really get that out there today. But then it clears the cart for you, so then you can go and buy stuff more later. Yeah.
How do you pay?
Go there.
So what if I did this from home?
Then they'd get spammed. I'm not going to deal with Visa today. So, any more questions?
Does it take into account the extra stuff, like 8 shots would be?
Currently, no, but it's kind of like right now I don't have a running total on the cart either. Ideally, they just know to make it for you, and then when you get there, they kind of go, beep, boop, bop, oh, you owe me $3 gazillion because you got 40 espresso shots.
Thank you. Come and grab some pieces, 3 pieces for the first round.
3 or yours. Just to get started on that. No.
No, we're not playing.
Oh, man. Nothing.
Oh, thank God.
Sonoma is back behind
That was already in line.
340.
They do.
Good job. That was pretty cool.
I don't even know. It just sits there. Right there, and I checked for team house. I think what's going on. Well, you do it as a team house, right?
Maybe we have to say we have to say file it. It's going to be like yeah, I know. But I don't copy your files. I make those things happen the same because that's what you want. Even though those
Dimitri certainly did something. Yeah, trying to get that commercial. I agree with you.
back to the
Oh, I didn't get it.
I'll take a bite.
I don't want to mess with them. They're vicious. What's up? I think there's more.
That's literally what they're shop. I won't
What? Maybe price.
Wait, why? Did they take our place?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, by the way, did
Did you say 9 o'clock last night or 9 o'clock this morning? That's what I thought. Before the presentation. That's what I thought. The last night I was talking to you. I thought it was 9 o'clock last night. And I was like, no, but I got to be ready. I mean, I did that. All I got was okay, I thought I did. I sent. I can show you. Okay, yeah. It's like 2 images and no signature. Okay, whatever. I'll resend it.
No, not
showing them off. I thought I asked them. I thought I didn't send everything. I sent.
We have to copy paste it, paste it, right over that way. You love that start. You got that picture off yeah, but that's only for 5 minutes. So similar to SQL. How do you do this? How do you do this? Forever to figure out. So I just feel like a global data. Yeah. Okay. Because I was like trying
So, while you're enjoying your pizza, the commencement is on Saturday, May the 12th in the morning. And after the commencement, I'm hoping that the graduates are going to assemble in front of Darwin, as we have done before, to take pictures with the faculty. And then we will have a reception downstairs for families, friends, and of course our graduates. So please keep that in mind. Please come there. The next 2 events are to honor our club members, our club officers. As I'm sure you know, we have 2 clubs in the department, Computer Science Club and WIX. And at times it's hard to really differentiate one from the other, which is actually, I think it's great that the 2 work so closely together. Specifically these 2 clubs, they really add another dimension to our department. We are focused on the academics, and the club tries to provide a connection between the students, provide a support system for the students, tries to really provide kind of a connection between the industry and the students as far as the tours are concerned, taking people to different industries and showing them how our proud graduates actually are doing after graduation. And Foundry was the most recent place that our club members and Dr. Rigoire visited. And we have probably about between 10 and 15 of our alums working for them. And they've been hired in the last 2 years, this span of 2.5 years. A great company, and that's really one of the places, one of the many places that our alums, of course, are distributed. So the clubs, the 2 clubs, they provide ways for different companies to come here, reps from different companies to come here, and tell you what's for you, what is really awaiting you after graduation, help you prepare your resumes, help you develop skills for interviews. So we really appreciate their help. They, I think, are an integral part of our department. So I want to ask Christy and Tim to come here, please. Christy Yost. Here.
So I'm Christy. I'm the current treasurer for WIX, and I'm the newly elected president for the Computer Science Club and WIX. And this is Matt, the vice president, and Tim, the treasurer. We just wanted to thank our previous officers for everything they've done. So we have little gifts for Ryan and Carissa.
Chris is giving us the evil eye.
Too bad, Chris.
Oh, God.
Brian, this is a magic storage box. We went through much debating on what to try and get you. We couldn't figure out what to get you. We're like asking a whole bunch of people, what does Ryan really like? Yeah, and everybody, it kept coming back to magic. So
that's
yeah.
a shame.
So, anyways,
And there's an inscription on the inside.
and you can think about us.
Oh, that's
whenever
adorable. Thank you for everything you've done. May you always top deck. I hope not. Okay. Oh, I want to hug all of you.
You can. Go ahead.
Okay.
I want.
Everybody wants to marry.
Carissa, come on, Carissa.
Carissa, come here.
Sweaty people.
Okay.
And then, Carissa, we got you Simba, since you like the Lion King, and we gave him a Jedi outfit. Yes.
May I ask the faculty to please come forward? As the faculty are doing so, I want to, Dr. Stauffer, please. I want to thank Dr. Stauffer specifically, who of course is a faculty of Computer Science Department, but her schedule seems to be slightly busier than mine and others. And I truly appreciate her support all the time, and the fact that she was able to come here today.
And I so appreciate being invited. It's like coming home. So for those of you I haven't met yet, I spent most of my career in the computer science department, so it's really nice to be invited back to be part of this. So thank you.
Of course, and I was telling Dr. Stauffer that the faces are becoming a bit stranger. I know a lot of you who've taken courses with me, but they're the ones who are sitting kind of towards the front here. They're the ones who are graduating. Thank you so much. Thank you for all coming here. So I'll be reading out the names of the club officers for the computer club, and then I'll ask Dr. Watts to go through the WIX officers. If you would please come here, shake everybody's hand, and then stand here on my right. Matthew Hardwick.
That's a good start.
Thank you, sir. Oh, is Roger taking a picture?
This. Seth Brolke. Vice President of the CSA.
All right, I am.
Congratulations.
Charles Semple, event coordinator of Computer Science. Thank you. Carissa Walker.
I hope you do better than I do.
So the officers of Leslie. Okay. So the officers of WICS, Women in Computer Science, the treasurer of WICS, Christy Yost. Thank you, Christy. Go. Thank you. I'm not as good at this. And the president of WICS and the organizer of the whole department, and we are going to greatly miss her, as well as the rest of you, Carissa Walker. Congratulations.
Can we take a picture all together?
Yeah.
One on.
I'm gonna have to switch more.
Stand behind somebody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and now it's time for graduation with distinction. We're about to honor students who've done academically well in our program, and in addition to that, they have helped our department to become a better place. We greatly appreciate their enthusiasm, their contribution to the department, and I'll go ahead and start the names, and if you would please come over here, and after shaking faculty's hand, please stand here so we can take a picture all together. And we start with Matthew Carrigan. Well done. Philip Lucid. Ryan McWilliams. Ryan Shaw. Savannah Valdez. Trevor Valdez. Congratulations. Well done. Crystal Walker. Should come close, please. Let's take a picture. Everybody together.
Looks like a lineup.
It was Ladine. It was number 3.
Very big lineup. Thank you. I would like to recognize and honor Corey Oates, RAC. We truly appreciate you, Corey, for putting our department together. And that's not to say that it's falling apart right now. For all practical purposes, it is. But, we appreciate you, Corey, your contribution to our department. Thank you so much for being so helpful, not only when you were RAC, but you continue to help us. Thank you. I know that you have a lot of work to do. I want to recognize the faculty in our department, the brain power in our department. And it is truly an honor to work with them, to be a colleague, and to know that we have so many talent in this department in so many different directions, and to know that the faculty are so in tune with students' needs. I am grateful to be part of this team, and I thank you all for making this department a good place, a productive place. We really are proud of our students. I think we have a good department. I think we have a department that recognizes the efforts of our students. And I hope those of you who are remaining behind, who are not graduating, to be as active in the department as you are now and as our graduating students are. Our department really is a combination of a number of different groups. Every one of them contributes to it in a significant way, so that we can call it a department. Thank you so much thank you for all of you, for all your effort, for the fact that you are here today to support your fellow students. See you on the graduation day, and good luck on your exams.
Come on. Go solder something. Go. Get out. I'm not even making a joke. I'm racing through garbage. My
I knew even less. You got to make everything. I didn't even remember that I was actually.
Oh, you don't remember? How many questions that you were like? These are the questions that actually force you to read, like the ones that are like specific. I would put one or two on each other. No, I know. How many of those did you put one again? There was at least one.
I don't know my rest of the subject right now, but
Yes.
But
that's But I mean, like, that's just the week they want you to be there. We have a like really specific schedule there the first week. So because there's a second there, they want to train us at the same time. So they said after that week, what hours I want. So I'll know more about my work schedule after the
Typically, you are.
But it's going to be around 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, I wanted to say hi.
Hold on one second. I'm not available. How's it going? You're fine with my last one. Now you appreciate how much work my teachers put in. That work built through classes and then everything.
So this is yours too.
Oh, okay. About $30. There was no
Person out right now. Nice job on this chef. Very nice.
How's it going?
How are you? Pretty good. Yeah, I have a
There's only like 3 of us. We just went over like some answers to a couple of questions from the book.
How are you doing?
Oh, good. Really good to see you.
Are you done today?
Really? Where do you watch? Well, I think
Really? Yeah.
that's about it.
Did he
Like
say?
this class is done, my GE, and the final one is bringing up our paper.
So you'll be at commencement on the 12th and all that?
Oh, yeah.
We tried.
Oh, my mom was only the beginning. A lot of family.
I'm sure you
No, he
can
was,
say
he
hi
was
to me
confused
somehow.
about some question. I think
So I
it
feel like it was
was
so
What'd you get in
yesterday, not that long ago. That
It was like exchange rates. It was the ISL.
really? And hopefully it's been really good.
So the ISLME is not going to be on.
No,
Yeah, I looked at it.
I don't get it.
I tried to figure it out.
You might get pulled up.
Yeah.
Because you talked about those last.
Yeah, like
I was worried they would pull me out. Because I'm like, right.
That's one out of the 4 questions.
The way there's
It's
4.
going to be exactly from your book, and it's just going to be like drawn exactly like this.
Yeah, just memorize how they're drawing for the last test. I just memorized how to draw it. Yeah.
But you got like confused when he was like trying to draw them boards. And he had to like really go through his notes and start reading.
I was so lost. And he said me to the wrong thing. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna keep going. You know what I mean? Like, it was wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's a pass class. We're it's not helpful. We have really only 4 questions on the final.
Because I think Zach tried to do it. He showed what he had. And he's like, yeah, I won't raise you more than like 2%. Even if I got credits on all 3 of them, so it'd be like 80. I'm happy with that. I mean, at the start, I was just like, if I get a D, I'll be
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I felt too.
I guess I should go talk to him. Maybe he might.
This is the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go talk to him, you should kind of.
What day is our final? Thursday?
Yeah.
It's where we go to the class next Tuesday, but on finals week because we have never any classes.
You know, but it was just all about the approach. You know, I didn't approach it like,
You know that word
scenario, where it said, you know, look. What is it?
And he's giving us still what next Friday turns into. I'm sure I won't see him today or this week, but I'll be able to try to
Were you here on Tuesday?
What was it?
Were you on Tuesday?
Yeah.
I'm really close, but I don't think I'm close enough.
Oh yeah, I was here too. I was sure he got confused on the ISL.
know what I mean? Like,
That's when I kind
I'm right on the edge.
of started losing focus.
Yeah, I've got to look at that more.
Like 89 point something was rounded up to 90. I mean, I
I don't
was
even
really
know. I
like
don't even know I come to class.
on the edge.
Sometimes I don't even know.
Because my calculation was like 89, but that's 90. So it had to
I
round
found
up.
the book being more helpful.
Yeah. I just read the book and I understand it way better. He just confused me. Like we were going over exchange rates. I was like, okay, I do exchange rates. And he explained it. And I was just like, I'm totally confused.
Down a little, and then so he said we probably make 20% and that not to worry about it. So I
It's kind of funny just in my international finance class to cover the same stuff.
I know, he's done that before.
Forgot
Only
about
like,
it. So I was trying
Well,
to.
he makes it so much more
like
confusing than it
Mark
should
told me
be.
he went in there and he's like, hey.
Because he doesn't really know what he's talking about. He's just like reading off a sheet of paper and doesn't really know what he's saying. So it's like, it makes it even more
I know.
I told him he's cool about that stuff, but I don't know about like changing it.
These nice guys from class are interesting and so but they're
I think he's a really good public guy. That's not
because he's been doing it.
Yeah.
He knows the content.
Yeah. But he's just a bad lecturer. I'll never take him out of class. When I was doing like the teacher evaluation, he was just sitting there staring at me. I was like, I would have put like 2s, but he was staring at me, so it's like stops to grade my final.
Get like even 25 extra.
If you're that close, I would go argue my case. Yeah, I think that's too. So, you know, I mean, none of them want to penalize you for really working. You should take 411. Shit.
Really?
That's because half your class was so far behind.
Mm-hmm. There was half the class was knowing. I don't know.
Claire didn't want to tell anybody, so he just stopped teaching. He just went over the same stuff for like 4 weeks. That's what I heard at least.
Got what you done?
Yeah.
Claire felt bad for him.
That's what he said about like 317. It's like,
He is. But he's one of those.
I wonder if this stuff came easy for him when he was learning.
When he was learning, well, you know, he's so smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was back in like the 50s.
oh, he's not that old.
He was telling us when he did
He's like the
the
80s.
when he did the regression.
Graduated with like maybe 2 or 9.
He was saying that when he was getting his undergrad, when he had to use regressions, he had to go like rent out the computer because it took up like a whole big classroom.
Yeah, he also taught.
Yeah.
Really fast.
I was like, that hasn't been. That was back in. That was back in like the 60s that was happening.
And he's not that old. He's only like, I would guess, I'm guessing 47.
I'm guessing younger. I'm guessing like early 40s.
No, I think he's 47.
Really? How old is Claire?
That's a good question. He's a little indecipherable on that point. I don't know. So
I'm doing this based on pure mathematics, based on when he graduated.
that's a good start. Which graduation?
How long he's been teaching.
He could have been.
The degree
He could have been in prison for like a couple of years.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh. Now you guys are all done.
Do they have their PhDs in?
You're all done with his course? No?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. Both of them.
Well, then you're
I'm
really
done. I
home
only
free,
got,
aren't
yeah,
you?
well, yeah, I wish. Close to it.
So you don't have anything to do, huh? No. Is that right? You don't have anything to do now.
I have to study for this.
What's on that?
I have papers to grade.
What class do you grade papers?
I was gerontology work. That's under the psychology department. Yeah, I've been TAing for her for a while. Little extra money. You know, I'm just like, you know, like I watched.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you hit the key.
Keeps you busy, gives you extra. Are you taking 417 next semester?
I don't know. It's the time of it. It's the time it's offered. And
So you're taking 421?
yes, 420. And then so I'm going to have like classes all day, Tuesday, Thursday. And if I were going to come up here, it would be like the only class I come up for. So I don't know if I want to do that.
Thanks. I wrote a book.
You did.
What you said, a tome?
Yeah.
How many